It just takes a few minutes to chant the mantras. That's not how we do things.
Hari
Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome everyone, especially long-standing, long-time no see, dear friend Haripad Prabhu Mataji. Welcome. It's very soothing to hear the transcendental chanting of Haripad Prabhu. And we thank you very much. Yeah. And we'd like to welcome other guests who are here. Someone can be attentive to others who are just now coming. Some chair could be made available. Makshan Prabhu?
Yes.
Yeah. Some people might need chair or sitting place. We always think that our temple is a fairly good size, but then when we have functions, it becomes small. Shrinks. I'd like to begin our program this morning. Of course, is an initiation program on a very special day that is called Gopastami, which is very significant for all of us. Maybe we'll speak a little bit on that after short prayers of invocation. By the way, I forgot to mention, but Gopastami means Go Puja. Somewhere, yeah. Before the sun sets.
Or immediately after exams, Prabhuji can arrange Hamsi.
Yeah. Very well. If by chance, I don't know, if by chance someone doesn't follow English, it'd be nice if someone can arrange for that. I don't know if it's possible. It may not be English at all. I don't know. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshudinmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyabadi Pasyacha Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gradhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone with folded hands may kindly repeat the following short mantra for personal purification and purification of the Kali Yuga atmosphere in which we find ourselves in. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripat maham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. And today is a very appropriate day to also recite the following well-known mantra. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome to everyone, especially those who are coming from far away. Bangalore is relatively far, good distance from here. Today we have devotees who are fortunate to accept Harinam Diksha, and we have one devotee who's also accepting Brahmana Diksha. 3 devotees are receiving Harinam today, and one is receiving Brahmana Diksha. As it is customary, whenever we have these ceremonies, I humbly request those devotees who are here, attending, participating, to give your kind blessings to these devotees so that they can nicely progress and advance in Krishna consciousness. I would like to read one very important verse from the Bhagavatam, which is known, should be known to the majority of devotees, and it is often quoted by Srila Prabhupada, mainly because it is going to the core or the heart of what it means to actually become a devotee, especially to become a committed devotee. Initiation means we become obviously more committed. We officially, publicly, in front of the deities, in front of Vaishnavas, in front of Yajna, the fire that will start shortly, we officially become part of Krishna's eternal family. We have no idea after how long we're getting this kind of opportunity. Millions, billions, trillions of years, we have no idea. And therefore, it's important for us, not only those who are taking this formal promise of following vows, but it's a reminder for all of us who were sitting not that long ago, also in the fire yajna. Some of us in the early days when the movement was being established. And it's a reminder to all of us of the very rare and wonderful opportunity that all of us are receiving by the grace, by the mercy of our founder, Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So I want to read this verse. It's a short, relatively short purport, and it's always important. It's actually one of the, we could say, foundational principles that we need to remind ourselves, and we need to remind especially those who are taking initiation. That foundational principle being that we are becoming, at the time of initiation, formally, officially connected with, in Guru Parampara, actually, with this movement established by Srila Prabhupada, and we are becoming in this way actually connected with our acharyas, and the foremost, of course, of all acharyas for all of us is the founder acharya, Srila Prabhupada, and therefore we need to understand the significance of taking this initiation. And let me just read this verse here before proceeding any longer. Basically, I will read this verse, then speak a little bit on the verse and things related to the verse for about 30 minutes or so. And then after that we will start the Jagya, or the fire, and it is at that time that we will be giving the initiated names to those who are taking initiation. Today we'll explain that a little bit later. So everyone can kind of repeat after me this verse. Manmana bhava mad bhakto mam yaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Directly the translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Kind of repeat after me. Always think of me.
Always think of me.
Become my devotee.
Become my devotee.
Worship me.
Worship me.
And offer your homage unto me.
And offer your homage unto me.
Thus you will come to me.
Thus you will come to me.
Without fail.
Without fail.
I promise you this.
I promise you this.
Because you are my very dear friend.
Because you are my very dear friend.
Purport. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of Him and act for Him. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such pure consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and attain the same perfection as Arjuna. And the second part of the purport, these words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. There are descriptions of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead, Krishna. One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord has multi-forms as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is disclosed to Arjuna, because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's. This is one of so many purports given to us by our founder Acharya, who very much wanted that we not only read his books, but actually study his books. And some devotees, I'm sure you might have heard, would explain, because they had personal observation, not only was Srila Prabhupada inviting others to read his books, he himself would read his books. He relished reading his books. And one time one devotee was pointing that out, Prabhupada, it's strange you're reading your own book. And Prabhupada to explain that actually I've not really written these books. They were given by Krishna. The words, the explanations, the realizations. And I'm sure you've heard how Prabhupada would tell that these purports of the Bhagavatam especially, they are my emotional ecstasies. This means that if one wants to know Srila Prabhupada,
Call from +9191759804442.
Haribol. Everyone wants to join the class. If anyone has a cell phone, kindly close it. That means that actually, and this is one of the very fundamental points that needs to be heard, especially by those sitting for initiation without any kind of distraction whatsoever. And that main instruction, I touched on it a little earlier, is that by the arrangement of Srila Prabhupada, through his transcendental literatures, all of us have access. If we want to know Srila Prabhupada, if we want to know his mood, if we want to understand his mission, then we simply have to hear, and that is emphasized again and again throughout Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Ridyanta Stoya Badrani Vidunuti Surit Satam. So the point being that especially Srila Prabhupada, because what he has done and what he continues to do today through his books, through the movement he has established, through all his devotees who are faithfully and sincerely following him, he's giving each and every one of us an opportunity to know him, to connect with him, to connect ultimately with Krishna. Our ultimate goal, our final goal, is to re-establish, isn't it, our relationship with Krishna that we have foolishly rejected and totally forgotten. And this is best done and best demonstrated by how we can establish our personal relationship in Guru Parampara. And although those who are taking Harinam are accepting initiation, our acharyas explain how, Guru is one, although he manifests in different ways. What is important for us to realize, to understand, is the unparalleled and unfathomable. We cannot really, even those who have been in the movement for many years, as I hear some of my godbrothers and godsisters, and I'm sure my godbrothers and godsisters have similar realization, as I hear the realizations and understandings of devotees who have been in the movement for so many years, especially those who were very closely associating, interacting with Srila Prabhupada. But even beyond that, many, not only many, actually most of the disciples, most of the direct disciples of Srila Prabhupada did not have that close association with Prabhupada. And this is where we can begin to understand, although they didn't have that kind of close, direct, didn't speak to Prabhupada, didn't directly interact, but actually they were, because this whole process, spiritual process, spiritual exchange, is beyond the physical realm. And it is concealed or hidden, actually. Just like here. Confidential knowledge. Confidential knowledge is something that becomes available or revealed when our consciousness is properly situated. I keep hearing very wonderful testimonies from devotees whom I've never met also, and who never had any personal exchange with Srila Prabhupada, but who have such a deep relationship with him. And therefore, it means that actually when we take initiation, not only we accept the person from whom we are taking the holy name, but we accept especially that personality who's making all of this possible. Because such kind of personality who was able and who continues to also perform what later down, in time, Prabhupada himself mentioned that historians will note, isn't it? Historians, they'll have it in their history books. How Krishna consciousness, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, by the mercy of the Parampara, was spread, introduced all over the world, because this movement, we were acutely aware of it, I'm sure. You remember, in the early days, it's like, we're going to change the world in the next 6 months, or whatever, very soon. Prabhupada actually even said, it only took 18 days for the battle of Kurukshetra to be fought, to be won. The potency in these books, the knowledge that we are receiving in this, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya is so potent and powerful that actually, if only a few or a handful of devotees fully surrendered, then these kind of, we could say, miracles can take place. Important for all of us, to understand, especially those who are newly accepting formal initiation, that Srila Prabhupada had a very had and continues to have a very unique mission that all of us can be part of. And the more we become part of this mission, then we get closer to Srila Prabhupada. And we attract his attention and his mercy. In the very same way that the more we are in tune with Krishna's mission, and of course Prabhupada's mission is Krishna's mission. That is how, that's nicely explained actually in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this whole series of very wonderful verses that Prabhupada quoted actually upon arriving in America. As soon as we become situated in the mode of goodness, initiation actually means, by following these 4 principles, these vows that you are officially taking today, anyone who actually is able to maintain these vows, it means that he's situated in the mode of goodness. And without being situated in the mode of goodness, we cannot nicely, properly execute bhakti. And there's a very nice verse that Prabhupada would quote to illustrate this point. Being situated in the mode of goodness means the mind becomes peaceful. Just like we have this verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, na sochati na kanchati, no hankering, no lamentation. So in the Bhagavatam also, evam prasanamanaso, bhagavat bhakti jogata. When the mind is peaceful, we can nicely engage without disturbance in activities of devotional service. And by those activities of devotional service, evam prasanamanaso bhagavat bhakti jogata bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Bhagavat tattva. This is very important. This can only happen to devotees. Bhagavat tattva doesn't come to non-devotees. And Bhagavat tattva means Krishna reciprocates. Krishna reveals himself. Krishna empowers his devotees and helps us to understand and to be more, we could say, nicely engaged in his mission. So the business of, actually that is the purpose of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, is to bring more and more people in this activity of taking up to this process of devotional service through these 4 activities that are mentioned here. The perfection of which is to remember Krishna. And Prabhupada stresses, of course, this personal form of Krishna. That very same form that was standing before Arjuna. One time a devotee asked, "Oh, Arjuna was so fortunate. He was right there, face to face." And that devotee was kind of indicating, we don't have that fortune. And Prabhupada explained, actually we have that same opportunity. Because as soon as we open the pages of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is speaking to us. If we just hear, if we just have that mood or that mentality, that same confidential knowledge, Krishna is ready. He's eager, not only he's eager to give us that understanding. And also that is meant to be the perfection. The perfection of a disciple, of a devotee, is to imbibe the instructions of the spiritual master, is to understand the mood, the mentality, and the desires of our Guru Parampara, of our Acharyas. And all of us who are, fortunate to be in this movement, all of us who have this responsibility of, let's say, connecting individuals to the parampara, we are simply assisting our founder Acharya in expanding this this great mission of the Yuga Dharma for this age of Kali. So in other words, to become initiated is a very rare opportunity. And my humble request is that that you kindly take these vows that you will take in a few minutes very seriously. It is possible, of course very difficult in Kali Yuga, for ordinary people to follow or to keep such vows. Prabhupada would relate the story of his godbrother who had gone to England, and one gentleman personality wanted to become a brahmana, and then when he heard that what he needed to do to become a brahmana means to follow these 4 rules and regulations, his reply was that this is impossible. And for most people actually it is. Of course, if one is properly disposed, and if one is keeping the good association of devotees and following the recommended practices such as rising early in the morning, chanting our rounds, taking only food that is offered to the Lord, I mean Krishna Prasadam, they're very basic standard practices. If we follow those, if we take those seriously, then we become protected, isn't it? Otherwise, the forces of Maya will just blow us away. So that is my humble request, that that you take this very seriously, and with the blessings of the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada, then surely you will be able to progress and advance. I will not mention the 10 different offenses, although traditionally it is the custom to go through these 10 offenses, but I'll just mention the first one, which is actually the most important. To blaspheme or offend Vaishnavas. It means we should always be extremely cautious in our dealings with other Vaishnavas. And for that matter, we should always be cautious in our dealings with all living entities. The foremost quality or characteristic of a Vaishnava is that he's always very attentive not to cause any kind of disturbance, any kind of pain or physical or otherwise to any living entity. You know? So the realm of Krishna consciousness is unlimited, and to the extent, as Krishna explains, ye yatam mam prapadyanti tam stataiva bhajami aham, to the extent that one makes that endeavor, Krishna is eager to reciprocate with his devotees. So I will stop here and just briefly explain what we need to do now before, well, the fire will be lit, I think, shortly. So each devotee, beginning with, let's see, those who will take Harinam, they need to offer their obeisances. It's going to be a bit of a challenge here. But yeah, you have to offer your obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, maybe from where you are. And then come on this side here to offer your obeisances to to the deities. And then after, somebody can make a sitting arrangement for devotees to receive their mala here. Just move that for now. One asana can be here. So we'll start with Prafula. You can, from a distance, you offer your obeisances to Prabhupada. Actually, you can come here. Offer your obeisances to Prabhupada, and then, yeah. Then after that, Chris can, yeah, just offer your obeisances to Prabhupada. From there. Yeah, it'll be easier. Just offer your obeisances to Prabhupada. And then, when we offer obeisances, we should recite the mantras loudly. Loudly means that can be heard. Yeah. Okay. And then you can take this away, except this. And you come here. On this side, offer your obeisances to the deities. Chris, you can also start the process here. Yeah. Yeah. So Prafula can go back full circle. You come to you go this way, Prafula. And you come this way. Offer your obeisances. Yeah. Yeah. Just because we have less space, we have to manage. So complicated. Yeah. You just go back there. Yes. So Prafula, you can come here now. Yeah. Right? Okay. Ajmana. I mean, yeah. And, oh, there it is. Okay, keep that. Yeah, whoever has hidden the japamalas, kindly give them to me. It's the time I need. Yeah, just you can sit down, relax. The right one? Prafula? Yeah. So, anyways, it's not a big place. You don't need the mic as such. And your voice will carry. Kindly, what are the 4 rules and regulations? Loud enough so that everyone can hear and be witness.
Yes, Prabhupada.
Yeah.
No meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and no gambling.
Okay. And every day chanting how many rounds?
A minimum of 16 rounds of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes. Okay. That's good. So, your initiated name is from Prafula Kumar to Pran Govinda Das. Now you have to do the same thing. Again, offer obeisances to Prabhupada. From there. Yeah. And who has the second mala? Second mala? Okay. This to deities, yeah. So actually, Pran Govinda, who just a few minutes ago was Prafula, is one of many students going back quite some few years. Sit down, relax. Studying in Manipal and part of BYS students who came in contact with devotees. Yeah. And then, you can just go back and sit somewhere, somehow. Yeah. And he's presently in Bangalore, but we came to know recently that he hopes to spend a little bit of time, maybe in the early part of the new year, at Golokadham. Yeah. So Chris, yes. Chris is the son of Shamananda and Harshada, yeah. So you can also kindly mention what are the 4 rules and regulations, yeah.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex.
We used to say no meat, fish, or eggs. Yeah. Right? What happened? Fish and eggs?
No meat, fish, and eggs.
Okay, yeah. Etc. And every day, how many times chanting?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Minimum 16 rounds. Okay. There's a whole story behind his name, Chris, which I will not explain now. But, in India, it is often difficult to select names because people have good names already. In any event, we selected a name which hopefully will be pleasing to Mommy and Daddy and everyone else. Your new initiated name is Krishna Chaitanya Das. The best of both worlds. Yes. And now the third. Thank you. Yeah. Mantras, when we offer obeisances, should be audible. Yeah. What are the 4 rules and regulations?
No intoxication, no meat, egg, fish eating, no
very
gambling,
good.
and no illicit sex.
Okay. And every day, how many times chanting the holy name?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Okay. Any maximum?
Infinite.
Unlimited. Haribol. That's the right spirit. So, we have chosen, actually Srimati Radharani has many names. 1,000 names. More. 1,000 known names. So this is one of the names of Srimati Radharani. And I hope you like it. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't like it. So your new initiated name is Hari Priya Devidasi. Very dear to Hari. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Hari Priya Devidasi. I will now hand over the mic to our Purohit, if that's okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah, one small second.
Grains. So you also put your grains.
Hare Krishna. All the devotees, once again, you can do Achanam. So take a little bit of water in your hand and you should drink, sip the water. Wait. Put the water in your hand and say Om Keshwaya Namaha.
Om Keshwaya Namaha.
You can wash the hand. And then Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Wash the hand. Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Wash the hand. Om Govindaya Namaha. Leave the water. Don't drink. Leave the water. Govindaya Namaha. Leave the water. Okay. Om Snavyanam Madhusudanam Chekamayanam Vamanayam Shridrayanam Rishikeshayanam Padmanabhayanam Dhamodarayanam Vasudevayanam Sankarsanayanam Padhunayanam Jayanamaha. Om Purushotamayanam Adhokshayanam Narsimhayanam Achirayanam Janabdhanam Upendrayanam Harayanam Krishnaayanam Tadvishnu Paramam Padam Sada Prashanti Surayah Divi Vachakshuratato Tadviprasho Kanyo Jagrivam Sahasramandate Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam Om Bhuswaha Idam not know anything, just puja is doing. Om Bhuswaha Idam Vishnavedam Namam. Om Bhuvaswaha Idam Narayana Idam Namama. Om Swaswaha Idam Ananta Idam Namama. Om Bhulbhuvaswa Swaha Idam Achyuta Idam Namama. So now we completed the Agni Puja. Now we are taking, actually we didn't take Sankalpa, now we'll take water and some Akshutas also in your hand and water in your hand. Sankalpa now. Shri Govinda 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 Mama Upatya Dulsakshat Sarat Shri Parameshwara Prityardham Shri Sharvari Nama Samvatsare Dakshanayane Sharat Ruto Kartika Masa Shukla Pakshe Gaurabdha 534 Astami Tidau Kartik Mase Astami Tidau Dhanishta Nakshatre Vegata Yoghe Vishti Karane Shri Krishna Balaram Shri Radha Madhav Shri Gaunitai Giri Govardhan Prityardham Diksha Yajnam Kanishyami. Leave the water. Leave the Om Bhuswaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namama. Om Bhuvaswaha Idam Achyutaya Idam Namama. Om Swaswaha Idam Narayana Idam Namama. Om Bhulbhuswaha Idam Ananta Idam Namama. Put some more suitable button. Now we will do Mangalacharana, glorification of Guru Parampara, starting from Guru to the Radha Krishna. So we have to Mangalacharan. In that Mangalacharan, there will be 3 times Swaha, and each time we have to take some Navadhanya grains and we are chanting Swaha. So we'll start with Mangalacharan. Everybody should try to repeat it. Repeat it. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Churunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Swaha 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 Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamasyam Dadati Swapadantikam Swaha 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 Idam Shri Chaitanyaya Namah Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padham Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Swaha Idam Shri Rupa Goswami Namah Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Raghava Swami Namine Namaste Gaura Sevayam Sada Niveditatmane Yuvalo Prabhupadardham Varnasrama Pracharine Swaha Shri Gurave Namah Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Swaha Shri Param Gurave Namah Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Vashabhanava Devi Dayataya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojjvala Premadhya Rupanuga Bhaktida Gaura Karuna Sakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Srimurtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Siddhanta Antaharine Swaha Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namne Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralambara Sambhode Vadham Bujayate Namaha Swaha भक्ति विनोदाय
नमो भक्ति विनोदाय
सच्चिदानंदनामिने
सच्चिदानंदनामिने
गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय
गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय
रूपानुगावरायते
रूपानुगावरायते
स्वाहा
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 भक्ति विनोदाय नमः गौराविर्भाव भूमत्वं
गौराविर्भाव भूमस्त्वं
निर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रियः
निर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रियः
वैष्णव सार्वभौमः
वैष्णव सार्वभौमः
श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः
श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः
स्वाहा
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 श्री जगन्नाथ बाबा जी नमः इदं नमः पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च सिन्धुभ्य एव च
कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
स्वाहा 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 वैष्णवेभ्यो इदं नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते
कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते
कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः स्वाहा
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 स्वाहा श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं स्वाहा 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 पंचतत्वेदं नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते स्वाहा 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 कृष्णाय नमः जयतां सुरतौ पंगो मम मतेर्गते मत्सर्वस्वपादाम्बोजौ राधा मदन मोहनौ स्वाहा 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 श्री राधा मदन मोहनौ नमः दिव्याद्भुन्दारण्या कल्पद्रुमदः श्रीमद्रत्नागारा सिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवौ श्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानौ स्मरामि स्वाहा 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 नम श्री राधा गोविंदाय नमः श्रीमान रसरसारंभे श्री वटातटस्थितः दर्शन वेणुर्स्वनैर् गोपीनादः श्रियस्तु नः स्वाहा स्वाहा श्री राधा गोपीनाथनेदं नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये स्वाहा 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 श्री राधाय इदं नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा स्वाहा तत्वेदं Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha
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 Swaha Krishnaya idam namama. Now we'll do 11 times Narsimha Puja. After each one time only we have to say Swaha. So that again. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Idam Narsimhaya Idam Namama. We are doing 16 times. Nama Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Idam Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Varantam Sarvatomukam
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Mrityormrityum Namamyaham
Swaha
Swaha
Narsimhaya Namama. उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं
मृत्युर्मृत्युर्नमाम्यहं
स्वाहा नरसिंहाय नमः उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं
मृत्युर्मृत्युर्नमाम्यहं
स्वाहा नरसिंहाय नमः उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं
नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं
मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं
मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं
स्वाहा
स्वाहा
नरसिंहाय नमः ओन्ली पूजारी ॐ भूस्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भुवस्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय इदं अच्युताय इदं नमः ॐ स्वाहा इदं नारायणाय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वा स्वाहा ॐ इदं अनन्ताय इदं नमः General Kirtan will be going on. Prabhuji is already. I thought Prabhuji is already. We can concentrate. Now we can we will chant Hare Krishna mantra. It means worship of Radha Krishna and Swaha. And we can do 64 times, 108 times, and 108 times Hare Krishna mantra. 64 also can do. Yes. Last time also we did 108 times. 64 times. One round of that. Yeah. And Swaha. And somebody has to count 108 times. You can count the finger. Finish it. That will be counted. Anybody has less knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll worship Radha Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna 108 times. And, when we say Swaha, you can also try to. Om Hare Krishna. We can do together also. So we will know. Easy so that. Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Swaha Krishna Yadam Namama Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Swaha.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha स्वाहा
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare स्वाहा
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare स्वाहा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Swaha
Now only together. Om Bhuswaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namama Om Bhuswaha Idam Idam Akshitaya Idam Namama Om Swaswaha Idam Narayanaya Idam Namama Om Bhurvaswaha Idam Anantaya Idam Namama. Now we'll do Vaishnava Homa and the devotees and one time only Swaha. Between so one stick also. Not only grain, any kind of anything you can have. Oh, Panchamahabhagavata. Om Vishwakshenaya Swaha.
Om Vishwakshenaya Swaha.
Idam Vishwakshenaya Namama. Om Sanakaya Swaha.
Om Sanakaya Swaha.
Idam Sanakaya Namama. You can repeat also. Few only there. Om Sanatanaya Swaha.
Om Sanatanaya Swaha.
Idam Sanatanaya Namama.
Idam Sanatanaya Namama.
Om Sanandanaya Swaha.
Idam
Sanandanaya Namama.
Idam Sanandanaya Namama.
Om Sanatkumaraya Swaha.
Om Sanatkumaraya Swaha.
Sanatkumaraya Namama. So singing a repeat second one. Now Navayogendra. Om Kavaye Swaha.
Om Kavaye Swaha.
Idam Kavaye Idam Namama. Om Havaye Swaha.
Om Havaye Swaha.
Namama. Om Antarikshaya Swaha.
Om Antarikshaya Swaha.
Antarikshaya Namama. Om Prabuddhaya Swaha.
Om Prabuddhaya Swaha.
Prabuddhaya Namama. Om पिप्पिलायनाय स्वाहा पिप्पिलायनाय नमः ओम अभिहोत्राय स्वाहा अभिहोत्राय नमः ओम द्रुमिलाय स्वाहा द्रुमिलाय नमः ओम शमशाय स्वाहा शमशाय नमः ओम करभाजनाय स्वाहा करभाजनाय नमः दश महाभागवत ओम नारदाय स्वाहा नारदाय नमः ओम कपिलाय स्वाहा कपिलाय नमः ओम यम भागवताय स्वाहा भागवताय नमः ओम विष्णुदेवाय स्वाहा विष्णुदेवाय नमः ओम सुखदेवाय स्वाहा सुखदेवाय नमः ओम जनकाय स्वाहा जनकाय नमः ओम सदाशिवाय स्वाहा सदाशिवाय नमः ओम ब्रह्मणे नमः ओम प्रह्लादाय स्वाहा दं प्रह्लादाय नमः दं ओम बलिराजाय स्वाहा दं बलिराजाय नमः ओम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्याय स्वाहा श्री चैतन्याय नमः ओम नित्यानंदाय स्वाहा नित्यानंदाय नमः ओम अद्वैताय स्वाहा श्री अद्वैताय नमः ओम श्री पंडित गदाधराभ्याः स्वाहा पंडित गदाधराय नमः ओम श्रीवासाभ्याः स्वाहा श्रीवासाय नमः ओम श्री रूपाय स्वाहा श्री रूपाय नमः ओम श्री सनातनाय स्वाहा सनातनाय नमः ओम भट्ट रघुनाथाय स्वाहा भट्ट रघुनाथाय नमः ओम श्री जीवाय स्वाहा जीवाय नमः ओम गोपाल भट्टाय स्वाहा गोपाल भट्टाय नमः ओम दास रघुनाथाय स्वाहा रघुनाथाय नमः ओम दीक्षा गुरवे स्वाहा श्री दीक्षा गुरवे नमः ओम शिक्षा गुरवे स्वाहा शिक्षा गुरुवे नमः ओम नवद्वीपधाम्ने स्वाहा नवद्वीपधाम्ने नमः ओम मायापुर योगपीठाय स्वाहा मायापुर योगपीठाय नमः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Now we completed Amrita. Now only Purnahut is there. So everybody can take the remaining thing quickly. And it's a plate, right? It's a plate, not a plate. मैं डालता हूँ. I'll give you that. बचा हुआ है हाँ सभी डालिए पुनः है कि प्लेट प्लेट and everything and hold whatever you have and stand. Yeah. I will say the mantra 3 times, and the end of the third time you can put the Hebri. You can also repeat it. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya.
Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Hitaya Krishnaya.
Jagatitaya Krishnaya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya.
Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Hitaya Krishnaya.
Jagatitaya Krishnaya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Om Brahmanya Devaya.
Om Brahmanya Devaya.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Brahmana Hitaya Cha.
Hitaya Krishnaya.
Jagatitaya Krishnaya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Swaha. Side में भी रख सकते हैं, थोड़ा डालिए अंदर, साइड में रखिए, साइड में। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Now chanting is mantra. I will chant once to that. Om Jyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti. You can hold it. Om Jyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti. Prithvi Shanti. Maharaj also can throw grains in the car. Om Prithvi Shanti. Om Apah Shanti. Om Vayu Shanti. Om Tejas Shanti. Om Oshadaya Shanti. Om Loka Shanti. Om Brahmana Shanti. Om Vaishnava Shanti. Shanti Rastu. Dhritir Astu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Kirtan and collection. You can make the pathway easy so that it's either. You could say,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki Bhakti Raghava ki Gaura Premanande.
So Sri Guru, Go Puja evening. Evening.
Now will be too much. Now will be too much.
Right.
Yeah, plan in the evening.
Right. So there will be a Go Puja, since today is Gopastami, at later on this afternoon.
5 o'clock.
Around 5 o'clock. Those who are here, you kindly participate. And
You take one fruit of Mala. And those devotees will also go.
and then Prashadam will be
1 o'clock
at 1 o'clock
in the guest house.
in the guest house. Okay.